The Lusaka case, because I think I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I just wanted to go over that 2x3 framework again. In the cases that I think one of the main points that we need to make about any of these cases is that this is an incremental approach, and it's a systems approach. And so one of the things that we've been looking at a lot is to say, you know, the service outcomes of equity, sustainability, and safety, every city is going to move at those at a different pace depending on what financing is available to them, what their external factors like their economic, the economic climate of the city or the country that they're working in, political will, etc. You can't always get to the target service outcomes as quickly as you want to. And so those will go up and down. The system functions are really important to pay attention to throughout, because if we're not moving toward these system functions, getting them in place, then even the best progress on the outcomes gets hung up. And so this is just a slide to say that when you look at the system functions, for any city to really have good system functions in place, that has to be enabled at a higher level. So what we've found in a lot of our CWIS cities is that it's really difficult for a city to put together, if they have a mandate for sanitation, delivering sanitation services, it's not even in their purview to necessarily hire to staff a department to deliver against that mandate, or it may not be in their purview to ring fence budget for delivering services. And so these kind of constraints in a municipal service system can restrict a city's ability to execute services in the long run. Likewise, if you're working with a utility is independent of a lot of other service line items that a city might be operating, and they have quite a bit more political independence to operate and deliver services. One of the constraints, though, is that they actually have to have the mandate the specific mandate to deliver services, or they're not actually allowed. And so there's a lot of expectation sometimes that a utility should deliver non-sewer sanitation services. But if it is not in their mandate, they absolutely cannot. So if you're working in a city at a city level and that mandate limitation is prevailing, the city can't act, the utility can't act in a city unless that higher level authority has given them, effectively given them permission or given them the mandate. And so this is just looking at a few of our CWIS cities in our portfolio to try to quickly assess kind of where are they at the city level and at the country level with achieving some of these functions. And we know that no matter how much progress they make on service outcomes, we can assess risk of the durability of those outcomes and the ability for any demonstration pilot project to actually sustain outcomes beyond the project scale, or to be picked up by any other country or any other city in that country if these functions aren't in place. We know that there are risks to replication and scaling. And so this is just a kind of a quick map of where some of our cities are. And I'm going to walk you through the Lusaka case to just describe how we're thinking about how the system moves.